The ending of the last episode and the preview for the next had most of us clutching our imaginary pearls in anxiety, but knowing he's one of the main characters settled our quivering hearts. But before we get down to the nitty-gritty of things, can we talk about YiAn and HuiJu finally consummating their marriage? One of the good things about this couple is how easily they resolve their issues. Now, the marriage is as good and real as it can be. Meanwhile, Jong Wu knocked my socks off, in a bad way. I mean, I had strongly believed that he was up to something, and might even be working with the Grand Prince. This is because his antagonism doesn't make sense at all. Can someone make sense of his villainy? Because I know I can't. Killing the Grand Prince because of a woman. I mean, he had known Hui Ju for 10 years or more, and had harbored some romantic feelings for her, but never made a move on how he felt. He kept her close as a friend, and watched her date others. So why does he suddenly have his knickers in a twist over her relationship with the Grand Prince? He should know by now that Hui Ju will never go to him, even if the Grand Prince is removed from the picture. Or could this be about the Grand Prince? Meanwhile, I had held out hope for him, because everything that unraveled from episode 9 seemed out of character for him. He could be trying to get evidence on the Queen Dowager's father, Seok. Maybe even trying to resolve the bloodthirst in the palace. However, this illusion was shattered at the end of the last episode. He had been the one who sent the message to YiAn to meet at the council hall, setting him up to be killed, while he was miles away. He can also be seen, in the preview for the next episode, trying to make the Queen Dowager a regent. The Queen Dowager had wanted to use him as a sword, little did she know that she was sharpening a weapon against herself. Talking of the Queen Dowager, as expected, she had had a thing for YiAn, when they were young. Maybe, she could have ended up with him, had her father not mapped out her path. This could be the reason YiAn had been easy on her, because they'd once been friends. She had resented her son, the king, thinking he was a weakling like his father, not knowing she was the one destroying her son. After learning that he'd heard what was said the night the late king died, and that he'd taken the throne because he hadn't wanted to disappoint her, she'd realized the error of her ways. She must have also realized that YiAn had no hand in her husband's death, as she'd thought. This could be why she had wanted to warn him in the end. Meanwhile, who else thinks there's no real conflict in the series? I mean, what does Seok stand to gain in all this, aside from being the grandfather to the king? What transpired the night the late king died? There was ample time for him to have left the room, after the Queen Dowager left. Meanwhile, Hui Ju is not about to stand by and watch her husband burn to ashes, as she rushes into the flames, to find him. Thankfully, the Grand Prince is rescued in the nick of time. However, Seok and Jong Wu use this opportunity to their advantage. Seok spreads the rumor that the Grand Prince is dead, while Jong Wu asks the Queen Dowager to become regent. I tell you, it is a mess. Fortunately, YiAn wakes up in the nick of time. This couple hasn't had a moment's rest since they linked up. What's more, a guard is used as the scapegoat, as he's blamed for trying to eliminate the Grand Prince. Who would believe that? Definitely not Hui Ju. She must have heard from Hyeon that Jong Wu had been the one who asked YiAn to meet at the council hall. She expresses her concern to YiAn, asking how much he trusts Jong Wu. Meanwhile, Jong Wu is about to finally reveal his cards, now that the Grand Prince is awake. I'm still holding out a little bit of hope that this was all planned, And he didn't just turn dark because of a feeling he never confessed to. Meanwhile, Hui Ju becomes YiAn's safe place. As usual, Seok is bound to get his comeuppance. How the Queen Dowager behaves after the collapse of the Grand Prince will determine her fate. Meanwhile, who do you think is the girl the Queen Dowager planted? And do you want YiAn to become the king? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for all things wonderfully K-drama. Thanks for watching, bye.